I wish to bring to your attention the East African Legislative Assembly Elections Act 2011, particularly Section 19, which reads, when the votes have been counted and the results of the election have been ascertained, each presiding officer shall record the results of the tally and report to the respective house the results of the election together with the number of votes recorded for each candidate under each cluster at the end of the election. To read the results of the vote from the National Assembly.
Madam Speaker, following your instruction, I hereby report to the House as the presiding officer for purposes of this election as follows. With respect to the vote that has taken place in the National Assembly, the total ballot cast were 320, total number of spoiled votes were 14, valid votes were 306. Madam Speaker, I therefore proceed to report to the House the votes that each candidate got in the National Assembly. With respect to the Kenya Kwanza Coalition cluster, Aden Abdikadir Omar, 65 votes. Busaidi Salim Mohammed, 16 votes. Charles Frederick Muteti, 150 votes. Hassan Omar, 207 votes. Iman Falhada Deko, 131 votes. Ringo Cyprian Kubai, 176 votes. Kering Zipora Jesang Kurgat, 186 votes. Kuko Jonas Musito Vincent, 4 votes. Lowoya Rebecca, 17 votes. Mwangi Godfrey Maina, 184 votes. Nyambane Joel Okengo, 19 votes. Sankok David Ole, 188 votes. Sheikh Yasser Ali, 15 votes. Tommy Tom Lilian Jepto, 21 votes. To Ann Cherono, 16 votes. Madam Speaker, from the Azimio La Umoja One Kenya Coalition, the results of the vote are as follows. Ali Fatuma Gedi, 138 votes. Bosire Timothy Moseti E, 62 votes. Dirie Abdullahi Mohammed, 52 votes. Kalonzo Kennedy Musyoka, 217 votes. Kega James Madhenge Kanini, 168 votes. Keoni Jeremiah Ngayo, 19 votes. Mugali Justus Kizito, 80 votes. That's 80. Mutua Winfred Sionindi, 1 vote. Nakusa Beatrice Asukul, 11 votes. Ndeti Helen Mweni, 2 votes. Odinga Imrad Winnie, 212 votes. Shabhal Suleiman Saidi, 143 votes. Madam Speaker, may I now request that you read to the assembled House the results of the vote with respect to the message that came from the Senate. Madam Speaker.
Honorable members, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 41-1, I wish to convey a message from the Senate regarding the results of the election of the members of the East African Legislative Assembly. Honorable members, the message conveys that on Thursday, 17th November 2022, the Senate conducted the elections of the members to the East African Legislative Assembly pursuant to the provisions of Rule 19 of the East African Legislative Assembly election of members of the Assembly Rules of 2017. The results of the elections are as follows. Total ballots cast, 58. Spoiled ballots, 2. Valid ballots, 56. Further, the results of the vote for each of the candidates are as follows. Aden Abdikadir Omar, 13 votes. Busaidi Salim Mohammed, 0 votes. Charles Frederick Muteti, 39 votes. Hassan Omar, 46 votes. Imal Falhada Deko, 43 votes. Iringo Cyprian Kubai, 12 votes. Kering Zipora Chesang Kurgat, 37 votes. Kuko Jonas Musito Vincent, 0 votes. Lowayo Rebecca, 3 votes. Mwangi Godfrey Maina, 29 votes. Nyambane Joel Okengo, 2 votes. Sankok David Ole Sankok, 35. Sheikh Yasa Ali, 2 votes. Tommy Lillian Chepto, 2 votes. To Ancherono, 1 vote. Ali Fatuma Gedi, 31 votes. Bosire Timothy Museti, 17 votes. Diriye Abdullahi Muhammad, 4 votes. Kalonzo Kennedy Musyoka, 45 votes. Kega James Mathenge Kanini, 29 votes. Kioni Jeremiah Ngayu, 1 vote. Mugali Justus Kizito, 9 votes. Mutua Winfred Sinyonindi, 0 votes. Nakusa Beatrice Asukul, 1 vote. Ndeti Helen Mweni, 0 votes. Odinga Imgad Winnie, 35 votes. And lastly, Shabal Suleiman Said, 38 votes. Thank you. I now will ask the presiding officer, who's the clerk of the National Assembly, to consolidate these results with those of the National Assembly. Further, I order that the Chief Sergeant at Arms to deliver to the Senate the message containing the results of the elections of the National Assembly. Thank you, honorable members.
Madam Speaker, following your instruction, and in keeping with the requirements of paragraph 19 of the East Africa Legislative Assembly elections of members to the Assembly Rules 2017, I have consolidated the results obtained from the votes cast in both houses. May I request you, Madam Speaker, in keeping with the requirements of paragraph 9, which reads that the returning officer in the National Assembly, in this case, the Speaker of the National Assembly, shall declare to be duly elected as members of the East Africa Legislative Assembly 9 persons who received the highest number of votes. May I, Madam Speaker, request that you read out to the House the consolidated results of all the candidates, then proceed to read out the names of the 9 persons duly elected to represent the Republic of Kenya in the East Africa Legislative Assembly.
Honorable members, I now proceed to declare the consolidated results for all the candidates. I'll start with the Kenya Kwanza Alliance Coalition. Aden Abdikadir Omar, 78 votes. Busaidi Salim Mohammed, 16 votes. Charles Frederick Muteti, 189 votes. Hassan Omar, 253 votes. Iman Falhada Deko, 174 votes. Iringo Cyprian Kubai, 188 votes. Kering Zipora Chesang Kurgat, 223 votes. Kuko Jonas Musito Vincent, 4 votes. Luayo Rebecca, 20 votes. Mwangi Godfrey Minor, 213 votes. Nyamande Joel Okengo, 21 votes. David Ole Sankok, 223 votes. Siek Yasa Ali, 17 votes. Tommy Lillian Chepto, 23 votes. To Ann Cherono, 17 votes. Ali Fatuma Gedi, 169 votes. Oh, sorry, I think let me make that clear. This is now the list from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. Ali Fatuma Gedi, 169 votes. Bosire Timothy Moseti, 79 votes. Deria Abdullahi Muhammad, 56 votes. Kalonzo Kennedy Musyoka, 262 votes. Kega James Mathenge Kanini, 197 votes. Kioni Jeremiah Ngayu, 20 votes. Mugali Justus Kizito, 89 votes. Mutua Winifred Sinyondindi, 1 vote. Nakusa Beatrice Asukul, 12 votes. Ndeti Helen Mweni, 2 votes. Odinga Imgad Winnie, 247 votes. And lastly, Shabal Suleiman Said, 181 votes. Thank you, honorable members. Leader of majority, you're out of order. You can't converse across with Honorable Junet and Honorable Minority Whip. Okay. Now that I have your attention, I now, honorable members, wish to read out the names of the persons who will represent Kenya in the East African Legislative Assembly. From the Kenya Kwanza Alliance Coalition, the 5 persons who will represent Kenya in the East African Legislative Assembly are as follows. 1, Hassan Omar. 2, Kering Zipora Chesang Kurgat. 3, David Ole Sankok. 4, Mwangi Godfrey Minor. 5, honorable members, I'm not done. And 5, Iman Falhada Deko. These are read taking into account the gender regulations. And I go on to read those who are the successful candidates and will represent Kenya in the East African Legislative Assembly from the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition. 1, Kalonzo Kennedy Musyoka. 2, Odinga Imgad Winnie. 3, Kega James Mathenge Kanini. 4, Shabal Suleiman Said. Thank you, honorable members.